Cards and Cannabis, Season 1, Episode 7. Let's get it on. What a great week we had. What a great weekend we rolled into. And salud. Let's go. We're going to flip-flop. We're going to do our bud review. Oh, she's cherried up. We got to get it while it's running. What we got here? Y'all can go to Leafly and you can check out Black Truffle. This is Black Truffle Snowballs, meaning this is high quality, indoor, full term, Delta 9, very carefully crafted cannabis that has been cured properly and has been now rolled in resin to give it a little sticky icky on top of the sticky icky, and then it is rolled in diamond THC crusted full straight up THC, and it is super duper really good bud. It goes great in the nice special crafted one of one. This actually has the artist signature etched in the bottom. He's a local artist. I forget his name, but he gets mad love. If you go to Champs trade shows, check them out. And you can find a lot of great glass blowers there. They either got some dudes that get some really cool stuff. And you can also find out other great products like our sponsor, Perfect Blast, infused purified water. Check them out on the gram, Perfect Blast 1 on Instagram. And you can find a lot of great stuff there, you know. And just like we talked about in episode 6, make sure you're 21 and of age, and make sure you're purchasing from one of your fine local licensed dispensaries and doing it right, and we can have fun all night. So we got 25 days until the NBA season rolls out. And the last season for me was a disappointment. My guy, who I came across during COVID, watched a couple videos, highlights, and saw Allen Iverson, Derrick Rose, and Vince Carter smashed into the number 12 jersey, Ja Morant. And this dude was doing stuff. I was like, gadzooks. I could not believe what this kid was doing to the league. And I was hooked. All in. Hit a little speed bump. Little kabump. But the cool part is I believe it's a hurdle that he's going to get over. And when you're at that level of competitive nature, you got to put up or shut up. And I think he's well aware of what he needs to do. And I just hope that he follows through with it, because it would be very disappointing to see someone with that talent, generational talent, not execute it to full term. So needless to say, I found Ja Morant after he had already won Rookie of the Year. See, I really wasn't paying much attention to him because it had been so long since there was such a good rookie draft class like 2019. We hadn't seen that before a long time. And you got to give these guys time to prove themselves. But some of these young bloods just came out firing. Well, last year I started hearing about this guy they were calling the alien. Man, is 7'7". Now see, being a Philly fan, you already got that before, brother. And I'm not saying Sean Bradley was a bust, because Philly has had plenty of busts, right? But needless to say, it's like Sean Bradley may not have been a solid bust, but he definitely didn't pan out to be a game changer, right? And when you see guys that tall, like, okay, Yao Ming's got meat on his bones, MB got meat on his bones, like these guys can handle the bangity bang maybe. And B, like, he gets hurt frequently when they're that big. I mean, it's not easy for the big to stay healthy. Ask Shaq, man. That's why Shaq wanted to run it at 60% in practice. He's like, all right, what are you going to do? So needless to say, when they start talking about Wembanyama, I was like, we'll see. And brother just came out guns blazing. And when you're watching this guy, you start to realize, as thin as he is, his mobility, but his length, like, no one can get in on this guy. How you going to get in on this guy? Even if you're going to get in on his face, you're only going to come up to his elbow. My man is going up under the basket and dunking from the other side. They got no answer for him, and he hits the three. This kid is a problem. And now he's got CP3. Man, I am not going to be late to this train like I was for Shohei Ohtani, like I was for Kobe Bryant, like I was for Mike Trout, like I was for Tom Brady. I got a good foot in the door a long time ago when I was a young blood with MJ, luckily. And like I told you on the first episode, Mom did her thing and saved them cards, and they were all in good condition. Man, it was a good thing. But I am not going to be late on Victor Wembanyama. Unfortunately, if you're looking from a perspective of a 10 being a low population card, you're going to be severely disappointed. There's like some 20 odd number thousand graded 10 rookie cards, but I don't think it's going to matter. I don't think that stock dilution is going to matter. If this kid pans out if he continues on the trajectory that he started out, the kid's going to be an NBA champion in year 4 or 5. He's going to follow it. That's why I was so excited about John Morant. They go through certain metrics. Rookie of the year, most improved, all-star game, right? Going to the playoffs, going to the second level of the playoffs. But Victor Wembanyama, I went with the Beckett. I mean, I got the PSAs too, but I went with the Beckett. And I also went with the Black Label 10. Now, for those of you that don't know the difference between the Black Label and the other label, I don't either. But according to Beckett, this has the most appeal of the graded 10 class. I don't know if they put it through another rigorous test or if they bring in a second or third grader on the card to evaluate whether it should get the mark up. But there is a distinct difference between the black and the regular. There are hundreds, if not thousands of these. The PSA, there are definitely thousands of the 10s. There are only 95 of these. So I got one for me, one if he does anything. Maybe I could use this as trade value. Maybe I could sell it and purchase another card. But needless to say, the Beckett 10s, good choice. Victor Wembanyama, man, I would definitely consider getting a few pieces of this kid's merchandise because I think there's a good possibility. You watched the kid, he was on the tube the other day at a local card shop, and it was like you see his interaction with the kid. He is a kid, but he's humble. And if he can maintain a level of humility, it'll separate him. What do you think Ja got? What do you think happened to Ja? His ego was getting up. He thought he could do whatever he wanted to do. And somebody reminded him, no, you can't. No. Not when you 300, when you going for that max contract. That mistake, young bloods, if you're listening, which you shouldn't be because this is a cannabis-related show for the mature collectors, right? But just remember this. Egos build and egos destroy, right? Keep it all relative. If you're getting some success, enjoy it. It's your gift. It's your momentum. It's your energy. But you're not the only one that's had momentum on this earth. And you won't be the last either. So, needless to say, use it as a stepping stone for you in your personal journey moving forward. And I think if you do hit a speed bump like Ja, make sure that you're getting good advice and good input from one of your top 5 people who you hang out with the most. All right. And really evaluate that, because when they are allowing you to get away with pulling out guns in public, when you are 220 some odd number $1 million under contract with a major company whose face is everywhere, it's not good advice. And if they let you get away with it, that's just as bad as if they told you to do it in the first place. So, Victor, kudos to you, my friend. I am ready to rock with you on this journey. 25 days, season getting started. Let's go. Cars and Cannabis. Check us on the next one. Peace.